Hey, it's Jonathan Mead from Uncaged Human here, and today I want to talk to you about animal flow. What the hell is this thing? What's up with these weird animal, scorpion, beast, crab movement things? Why should you do it? And hopefully help you see if it's something that you might like to get into. First of all, what exactly is animal flow? Well, it's based on animal style movements. The core ABCs of animal flow are the ape, which is basically a deep squat, beast, which you might be more familiar with as a bear, and crab. So these three movements make up the ABCs of animal flow. But what gets really cool is when you string these movements together, they're not just static movements. So it's not just a bear, a crab, and a squat. It's moving from one of these movements into the other, and that's where you create this kind of flow type of thing. So animal flow is different from other systems because it incorporates this flow kind of element. It's stretching, yes. It's also building strength. It's building mobility. And one of the coolest parts about animal flow that really makes it different is that you're actually working on ground-based movements and you're building motor control. So motor control exercises are something that's missing from a lot of people's exercise programs, something missing from a lot of typical gym style workouts. And what I mean by motor control is the ability to coordinate your whole body from the center to coordinate the movement of the limbs. So lifting and crawling. You're going to find a lot of these kind of patterns in animal flow. You have the traveling forms, which are the traveling ape. You have the traveling crab, which you've probably done in PE class. And then you have lateral traveling ape. And finally you have, which I showed already, the traveling beast. So there's traveling forms, there's switches and transitions, there's stretches. There's also some good wrist warm-up stuff, because if you're going to get into these movements, you probably need some work on your wrist, because most of us, to be honest, we don't do this very much. So when we start putting weight on our hands, it's important to prepare the wrists beforehand so we don't injure ourselves and not be able to do the movements that we want to do. So the key, I think, with animal flow, because you might see Mike Fitch's video, the founder of Animal Flow, doing these crazy handstand things and floating and levitating and all this cool stuff. That's great, but animal flow for most people is going to look a little bit more simplified and less big sort of jumping movements. The core fundamental of animal flow is slow and controlled first, which is something I teach in my program, before you add speed. So you want to be able to control the movement before you start trying to do it really fast. That's the main thing I would say to you if you're wanting to get started in animal flow, is go slowly and take your time with it. All right, so hopefully that gives you a little bit of the, sort of analytical, mental side of understanding animal flow. Now I'm going to show you a little bit of a flow that you can do and you can experiment with to help you decide if this is something you might want to get into. All right, you guys, hopefully this gives you a little bit of an idea of what animal flow is, and if you might want to check it out, try it, crawl around on the ground, and rediscover what it means to move more like an animal.